It's Billy D, Cascade Hoops Talk. A lot of NAIA action over the weekend. We're going to try to make it make sense. Also, we're going to hear Kam Osborn in a post-game interview. But let's get started. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Well, a quick reminder that the new poll comes out on November 13th. Of course, you already knew that. So teams really jockeying for position this weekend. Let's go through the top 25 and see where we're at. So we're going to start with Langston. They defeated Paul Quinn. They kind of pounded him, actually. On Saturday, Mike Peakey scored 16 points, 4 rebounds. Dalen Andrews, he scored 14 points. They won that game 86-45. They're going to begin Sooner Conference play Thursday at Wayland Baptist. Wayland's been down just a little bit, but that Wayland-Langston game is usually a pretty good game. But check that one out. Number 2, College of Idaho. They got underway this weekend. We talked about their win over Providence the other day. And then on Saturday, they followed it up with a win over Dickinson State. Stratton Rogers, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Guy's a great rebounder, by the way. Samaji Morgan, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So the Yotes, they go to 2-0. They have an exhibition with Northwest Nazarene. It's a big deal. They're locally in that area, but it's an exhibition, and then they'll travel to the Masters on Saturday. Indiana Wesleyan also in action both days this weekend. We talked about their win over Mid-American Nazarene the other day, and then on Saturday, they beat Grandview 79-69. Cademan Bontrager back to his old tricks, 25 points, 6 rebounds. Luke Brown, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Indiana Wesleyan is at 5-0. They're going to travel to Trinity Christian on Thursday. Freed Hardeman, they fell at home to LSU Alexandria, 69-63. We'll talk a bit more about that game when we get down to LSUA in the rankings, but Freed Hardeman, they go to 4-1. It's not going to get any easier either. They're going to host Central Baptist on Thursday. Arizona Christian, they won a couple games over the weekend. We talked about their win over Merced the other day. And on Saturday, they defeated Corbin 83-73. Anthony Howell, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Asa Onakpomo, he had 15 points, 5 rebounds. So the Arizona Christian, they're 6-0. They're going to play Southern Oregon at the Lithia Classic at Oregon Tech. We're going to cover that tournament that weekend. Just a quick note. I don't know what's going on. The NAIA main sports page had this score up wrong for hours. I had people texting me, oh, Corbin beat Arizona Christian. So, I know mistakes can be made, but that was a big mistake. Hopefully, however it got made, figure out how it cannot be made again. Montana Tech, they beat Northwest that was Friday night. And then on Saturday, they played Jamestown. They beat them 84-67. Michael 14 points, 5 rebounds. And Camden Lawrence, 19 points, 4 rebounds. So in Montana Tech, they go to 4-0. And they're going to host Cal Maritime on Friday. The Masters, a couple games this weekend. We talked about the win over Corbin the other morning, 83-73. And then on Saturday, they beat UC Merced 80-68. Caleb Lowry, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And then Kendall Moore, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. A quick note, maybe you guys have seen this too following the Masters. They're a very, very good basketball team. But Caleb Lowry, he had 4 fouls in this game. He fouled out of a couple other games. He's really been getting into some foul trouble. They don't rest him too much. And when they lose him, they're a different team. I'm watching that, and in the back of my mind, I keep wondering if that's going to bite them here down the stretch. But at any rate, they're 5-1, and right now they're playing very good basketball, and they're going to host College of Idaho on Saturday. That's a mark your calendar game. Concordia, they played Bethel of Kansas. They beat them 89-79. They're in Seward at home. Noah Shutt, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Tristan Smith, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So they go to 2-0, and they're going to host Morningside on Saturday. Morningside, by the way, is looking good, so that ought to be a good game. Number 12, LSU Alexandria, as we said, they defeated Freed Hardeman. So they've got a couple big wins obviously underneath their belt. In this win, they beat them 69-63. Cashy Nat, 17 points, 13 rebounds, his typical double-double. And then Jackman Abney, Jakeman wow, say that 3 times. Abney had 13 points, 2 rebounds. So they're going to enter Red River Conference play, and they're going to host Jarvis Christian on Tuesday. Number 13, LSU Shreveport. They beat Science and Arts the other night. They're 3-1, and they're going to go to Texas A&M Texarkana on Tuesday. Central Baptist, they go to 5-0. They beat Weber International on Saturday. Sage Bourbon, 13 points, 5 assists. Gabe Johnson really filling the stat line with 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So they're 5-0, and they're going to travel to Freed Hardeman on Thursday. Northwestern, they had a couple big games this weekend. They beat Viterbo on Friday. We talked about that the other morning. And then on Saturday, they defeated Mayville State. Alex Van Kalsbeek, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Jalen Lengsey, 23 points, 4 rebounds. So they go to 4-0, and they are going to travel to Mount Marty on Saturday. Number 16, Oregon Tech. They played Cal Maritime on Saturday. They beat them 99-80. Kam Osborn, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. We're going to talk to him in just one moment. And Blake Jensen, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Blake Jensen is shooting 84% so far this season. He's been really effective. So the Owls go to 2-1, and they're going to host Linfield on Friday. Let's take a listen to Kam Osborn. We asked him about his offensive game as well as the depth at Oregon Tech this season.
Well, I mean, I find it important to attack pressure with pressure. If you sit back, especially tonight, not getting to the hoop, we're just going to be shooting threes all game, not shooting the ball well, you can get into a battle. But, you know, growing up, my dad always told me there's 3 layers. Shooting threes, pull-ups, you get into the rim, and each complements the other, you know. So if I'm just getting to the hoop all game, they're going to step back. I can show off the 3 and vice versa. So, I mean, all 3 layers is really important. But we're adding everyone back, besides Cody, of course. We miss Cody. But we're having everyone back, and then we're deeper on the bench as well. And I love that we have more point guards as well. SC coming off the bench too, so that gives Jamison a break. I mean, that's something we were looking forward to from the minute this season began, was our depth. So.
Well, you got the home win.
Yes, sir.
Big weekend coming up. Thanks, Kam. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot to Kam Osborn. So number 17, Ave Maria. Boy, they had a tough weekend. They lost to Our Lady of the Lake on Friday, and then on Saturday they fell to Mobile, 91-73. For Mobile, Traylon Smith, 23.7 rebounds. Darius Oliver, 20 points, 11 rebounds. So Ave Maria, they go to 2-2, and they're going to host Florida National on Tuesday. Number 18, University of the Cumberlands. The University of the Cumberlands, they beat Union Saturday, 88-71. Matthew Cromer, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Anthony Johnson, the guy just fills the stat line. Look at that, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and then 6 steals in for good measure. So they're 5-0, and Cumberlands is going to play IU Southeast on Thursday. They're going to host them. Number 19, Huntington. They beat Holy Cross Saturday, 87-63. Lane Sparks, he really lit it up on Saturday. 32 points, 8 rebounds. Drew Goodline, 14 points, 5 rebounds. So they're going to travel to Livonia and take on Madonna on Wednesday. Baker, they had the big win at Kaiser on Friday, but Saturday they fell to Florida Memorial. We have more on that game when we get to Florida Memorial. But Baker goes to 3-1. They still look pretty tough, and they're going to host Missouri Valley on Wednesday. Number 21, Madonna. We just talked about them. They're 1-2. They fell obviously Friday to Grace, and they're going to play Huntington on Wednesday. Number 22, Florida Memorial. In that game against Baker, they beat them 89-78. Felix Uwadali, he had 17 points, 7 rebounds, and Taryn Hamilton, 18 points, 7 rebounds. So they go to 5-0. Florida Memorial goes to 5-0, and they're going to travel to Southeastern on Saturday. Number 23, Nelson, they beat Texas A&M San Antonio on Friday, and they're next in action. They travel to Oklahoma City on Thursday. Nelson is 2-1. Kansas Wesleyan, they dropped a game to Morningside, 92-86. This was in Sioux City. Joey Scoff, 34 points, 8 rebounds, 8 steals. 34 points, 8 rebounds, 8 steals. Brendan Buckley, he had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Big win for Morningside. Tough loss for Kansas Wesleyan, but nothing to hang your head about losing there in Sioux City. The Mustangs, by the way, go to 4-0. Kansas Wesleyan goes to 4-1. They're going to join KCAC play Saturday, and they're at Ottawa. So Kansas Wesleyan will be at Ottawa. LC State wins too this weekend. They beat Dickinson State on Friday, and then they defeated Providence last night by 20 at the Taco Bell shootout in Caldwell. They won this game 93-73. Alton Hamilton, I mean, he's just every night he's lighting it up. 22 points, 10 rebounds. And McCarthy Morris, 20 points, 3 rebounds. So they're going to travel to Butte. Oh, that's the home of Montana Tech, and they're going to play Carroll College on Friday. So, hey, one other bit in NAIA news. Xavier, they hosted D1 Alcorn State. They beat them 62-56. Congratulations, Xavier. Big win. Lance Williams, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Savoon, boy, somebody would have to help me with that name. Turner, he had 13 points, 11 rebound, double-double. Big news, though, for Xavier. NAIA VD1, I tell you what, they're going to stop scheduling NAIA teams. Just keep beating them. Tired of winning. Anyway, congratulations, Xavier. Hey, I want to say a couple things. Make sure you tag me on any scores or news or milestones so we can make sure we get them in the show. And we'll be back to our Monday through Friday shows now. And so we'll see you again tomorrow. Even if there's hardly any news, we'll try to always get new interviews or new post games as well. But I want to say to everybody, thank you very much for following Cascade Hoops Talk and listening to this show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.